Wheel of Games! Hi, I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, which only means one thing: Wheel of Games. So at the end of every month, I spin the wheel, it lands on a category, I have to find games depending on what category it lands on, and then I do one of these videos, show off what I bought, and talk a little bit about the games before spinning the wheel again. So at the end of last month, it landed on under £5. So I had to buy a game or games under £5 for any system I wanted, and hopefully end up with something decent. So yeah, I ended up buying 2 games, and I still had money left over. There were going to be 3 games, but the third game, unfortunately, didn't arrive on time. So yeah, tough luck with that. So I ended up with 2 games that both cost me one cost £1.99, one cost £1.50. Yeah, and they are both Nintendo Wii games. We have Ninja Reflex and Kokoto Magic Circus. So let's take a look at both of these games, see what they're about, and if they are any good. Ninja Reflex is a reflex party game thing. You were given access to a small handful of different minigames, and you must complete the tasks in the quickest time possible, with the game timing you along the way to see how fast your reflexes are. These games range from locking on and shooting targets with shurikens, slicing things with a samurai sword, catching fish with your hand, catching flies using chopsticks, attacking with nunchucks, and pressing a button when you see a light. That last one is weird, but oh well. For the most part, it does all seem to work. However, I did find locking onto targets to throw shurikens at them was a little bit iffy. The rest of the minigames worked and seemed easy enough, putting the skill firmly within your reflexes, which is the entire point of the game, so I do feel that they achieved that. Once you play enough minigames and beat the challenges, you can challenge for a coloured belt, like you would in martial arts. And this involves playing through all 6 minigames in a row, not knowing which one is coming up next, and getting a passing grade overall. The presentation is good, with an old and wise master giving you a speech before each challenge, and the visuals looking pretty nice overall too, in my opinion. There is even a meditation mode, with one of them giving you instructions on how to actually do it. I can't imagine many people loading up this game just to meditate, but hey, it's nice that it's there. What lets the game down though is the fact that there are only 6 mini-games in total, with a handful of challenges each for them, which usually involve doing the same things, but in greater number or in faster times, so it can get boring after a short period of time. Oh, and that Firefly minigame where you just press the A button every time you see one light up is perhaps the most pointless minigame I have ever played. Perhaps my favourite part of the game though is when you first start a new save file and it randomly generates a name for you. You can keep asking it to generate one, resulting in some cool and hilarious names. So overall, there is fun to be had here, but it is in very short bursts. If you bought this brand new at the time, at the full retail price, good chance you would have been very disappointed. I, on the other hand, paid £1.50 for it, and I'm okay with that. There is also a DS version of the game that is supposed to be slightly better, and a PC release happened too. And it is still for sale on Steam right now, and it's currently £3.99. So have a look at that, and I think there's even a free demo. Kokoto Magic Circus is a shooting gallery game, which was first released on the PS2, GameCube and Xbox, I think, before getting a Wii port a couple of years later. Kokoto has strangely a weird amount of video games, yet I have no clue about any of them, and didn't until I picked this one up. So I don't know if it's based on a TV series or a comic book or something like that, or if it was just randomly created for video games. Anyway, The basics of this game are that your friend, Fairy, is kidnapped by an evil clown at a circus, and you just have to go through a bunch of mini-games to try and save her. These all involve shooting weird creatures in various different mini-games. Sometimes you'll be watching moving cups and have to shoot the monster as soon as the cups rise, and then you'll move on and have to be shooting a number of flying creatures within the time limit. And after that, you might have to protect Fairy from more weird creatures that are trying to attack her. You can get points then based on how much time you might have left when you complete the task, your hit percentage, and how much of the completed task you were able to do. So, for example, if the task was required you to shoot 10 targets and you shot 15, you would get additional points for going above and beyond. While the actual minigames do begin to repeat after only a short time, I still found most of them to be fun, and they do increase in difficulty as well. After you beat a bunch of the minigames, you then fight a boss, which is pretty much just all about hitting it enough times to kill it before the time runs out, and making sure not to get hit by its projectiles too many times, which you can shoot down to prevent taking any damage. And then to spice up the minigames, you'll see balloons floating all over the screen as you play, and hitting these will almost always result in something bad happening, from flipping the screen upside down, causing the screen to go all blurry, or even turning off the lights. This forces you to not just shoot constantly in hopes of hitting the creatures, as you could easily hit one of these balloons and make things even harder for yourself. I did find one that gave me double points for a short period of time too, but these seem to appear infrequently, or I just didn't notice them. Overall, I enjoyed my time with this game, though it obviously could have done with a few more varied types of minigames, but even then the added difficulty the more you played and the balloons getting in the way did help to keep things entertaining. A great little game for the price, £2 is what I paid for it, though it probably wouldn't enter my top 10 light gun style games for the Wii, which does speak more to the amount of good light gun style games the system has than anything else. And there we have it. So Ninja Reflex, not the best game, but perfectly serviceable for the money that I paid for it. Kokoto Magic Circus, much more fun, not the best gallery style light gun shooter on the system, but still fun, and for that price, yeah, can't really complain. So it is time then to spin the wheel and decide what I will be buying for in the month of September. So under £5 has been removed and replaced with PlayStation Game, which was one of the first videos, I think. Was it the first one? I can't remember exactly when it landed on, but it's been on there before, it got rubbed off and replaced with something else, and now we're circling back to those again. So let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Ooh, interesting category. How do I not own this? So this is going to be for those games that I'll look at my collection and think, wait, I don't own that game, but I love that series, or I love that particular style of gameplay. How have I not bought this particular game yet? And it's funny, I was actually going through my collection for something the other day for one particular console, and I was looking at them, it's like, wait, I don't own that game. But this is one I could have sworn I did own. So that's already a potential pick, but whether or not I get that for this video, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to look and see, yeah, what kind of games should I own that I don't, and that surprises me that I don't own them. So yeah. So this isn't one that I'm going to need recommendations for. This is all just going to be personally for me, looking at my collection and seeing what's missing and going, well, I definitely need that to add to the collection, and hopefully try and find it and buy it for a decent price before the end of next month, play through it and do the video on it. So anyway, I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my picks for under £5, and I'll see you again next time.